Hello and welcome to Insight. I'm Antoine Lindley. One person can make a difference. And in Ethiopia, that person is Dr. Mulualem Gessese. Her dedication and passion has helped change the newborn care system in Ethiopia. Stay with us for this heartfelt and inspiring story. Insight is brought to you by our proud partners. Coca-Cola, open happiness. St. George Beer, the first Ethiopian beer since 1922. Today's program is brought to you by Fafa Foods.
ዳቦን ባህያ ወተቱን በጉያ ይዘሽለት ነይ እሽሩሩሩ ስፈጭ ማዝዬ ስጋግር አዝዬ ስሰራ ማዝዬ ስሄድ
Meet Dr. Mulualem Gessese, Ethiopia's first neonatologist. It is 8:30 Saturday morning. Each day is a new day for her. She makes her way to a neonatology unit at Yekatik 12 Hospital.
ያው መጣሁ ከታች ድረስ ደህና አደራችሁ ወይ? እንዴት ናችሁ?
But more than a doctor, Mulualem's story and inspiration has transformed the newborn care and treatment system in Ethiopia, saving over 6,000 babies.
Ethiopian child mortality 10 years before it was like 168 per 1,000 live births.
After witnessing countless newborns dying due to the lack of equipment, trained personnel, and unfit conditions, Dr. Mulualem was determined to make a difference. Mulualem's story begins with her childhood. Born in a family of 7, her father, a health officer in the military, was the greatest influence in her life.
I remember one day he told me that I want just to be a doctor, and I said, no, I don't like blood. So I shouted, but he said, no, you should, like your father, he told me. Even my brother and my sister, they remember. So I want to make her a doctor. He was telling me that. At the age of 14, my father died, and then because of that, we three, with my sister and my brother, we went to Cuba. So I was 10th grade there.
Mulualem and other military children who faced the same circumstances were given a chance to go to Cuba to study.
Everybody doesn't know the language, the culture. It was very difficult to get it. Even as you know, in Ethiopia, what we eat is another thing. So when we reached there, even the climate It's very hot.
Mulalem's desire was to study engineering, but what her country needed most was doctors.
My interest was to be an engineer. So they told us to choose 3. And I said, engineer, 3. But they said, no. What we lack is doctors in Ethiopia.
She went on to become a general practitioner, but in returning back to Ethiopia, she faced challenges.
In fact, it was very difficult because in the first place, as you know, facility delivery in our country is very low. Even now, it is not 10% total if you see. The other thing, there was no awareness, imagine. And then the newborn, maybe they can die at home. You don't even count. So maybe if they're delivering in the facility, so if there is a problem, they will be referred to Black Line Hospital. And then imagine, hypothermia is very difficult. Even you have another problem, but with hypothermia that can be exaggerated and deteriorated. So they can die easily.
"15 years ago, I was a student in Addis Ababa Medical Faculty. Here in Addis, we had only one such kind of place where the neonatal services are given. It was in Black Lion Hospital with our professors, and it was really, really crowded. I can tell you it was really crowded and very difficult for us as interns, as clinicians, and as also residents to really tackle the issue of newborn because you cannot optimize the care of newborn when it's very, very crowded as it was at that time.
There was a problem. Many newborns were lost in the process of transportation because of hypothermia, this hypothermic problem of hypothermia, problem of transport, everything, and to access medication in Black Line. Black Line is a big hospital, and it is not easily accessible.
I remember when I was in Black Line Hospital, you don't say that there is no bed. It was a very big table. You receive patient. If there is oxygen, you give her just for one oxygen for a lot of newborn. You don't know how much even. You don't know the concentration or the liter of oxygen. And then you don't know what is a feeding. And then even the nurses at that time were not trained. So imagine, it is obvious, treating about 100 patients and treating 6-10 patients is not the same because the quality. And then the training, the knowledge, everything is not the same. So at that time, I said, no, I have to work, and I should just show some difference, some change for the newborns.
She went back to Cuba and became specialized in neonatology, but she encountered more obstacles in returning back home to Ethiopia.
It was very difficult even when I went there and just to study neonatology. I know what challenge it will wait for me. So my teachers, my professors, always I say that there is no this in Ethiopia. Imagine, no hospital, no equipment, no neonatologist. So I don't know how can I work in Ethiopia. So I came here. I was prepared when I came, and I came here. It was very difficult to arrange everything.
She started just with one room at that time, and they were not trained staff for newborn care at that time, so she had to start it from scratch. She has to teach her staff and also the residents coming in to help her. She has to show us everything for us to care for the newborn. So it's one challenge, the fact that she didn't have a trained manpower and to start it from zero.
I didn't have any equipment, no incubator, and no even phototherapy or other suction machine, everything. So I start to, at least, to prevent hypothermia, to treat sepsis, and then to follow the asphyxiated patient, which doesn't need any other equipment, only treatment. So I got a heater because the hospital bought for me about 2 heaters, and then 3 bed already, and then I start to start medications and others. So I started in that position.
Another challenge was the mindset on how society perceived newborns.
See, even the mothers, if newborn died, so they said disappeared. Not they don't say died, because it's not a human being. You see, newborn is not a human being yet. He's not breathing well. He's like blood. You see, so undermined.
Still determined, her aim was to make a difference.
The newborn, it was not like one division, important division, no. It was the neglected part. So just to talk about neonatology, what is that? You see? So what is that? What do you do? Why? How? For example, you don't have equipment, so to say just buy this one and buy, even why? You don't need it. Because there was no knowledge. Nobody knows why I use this one for neonatology, why? And then I need the nurse. Why? With 2, 3, it's enough. No, it's not the same, because it's hardship. They don't breathe. They should just be observed with a nurse. No. So many challenges with the treatment, with equipment, with training, with expanding. Daily, there were a challenge. I have to face a lot of problem. But usually you shouldn't stop, because being determination is a result.
Seeking for help, various organizations were invited to take a look at the conditions and the needs.
They come to Yekkatit Hospital, they say, they cry, and sometimes they don't come back. But Dr. Antoine, he came to Yekkatit Hospital and he cried like any other. I said, no, Mulu, I will help you. I told him, if you want, you can, but everybody say that I will, but nobody came. But he responded earlier, and he was just sending email even, communicating me about the newborn. So he said, what do you want? So what do you want? I don't have anything here in this room. I don't have incubator. So it doesn't matter, just give me the list and I will do. Okay, I said. So I gave him the list.
Dr. Mulualem provided us her wishful list, basically what's needed for neonate unit. So we provide her all the biomedical equipment, supplies, and medication. So I believe right after that, I would say maybe a couple of months later, what I remember is getting a report from her, the neonate infant mortality rate went down from 15 to 4%.
In the first year in Yekkatit Hospital, I saw about 200 80 patients, but by the next year 400, 600, and then 1,000. Now we are seeing patients more than 1,000.
The other interesting story, what she told me is, before she set up this neonate, while she was having one incubator and one phototherapy, mothers, they will come and deliver and never waited for their baby. They believed the baby will be dead, so they just went home. But now mothers are waiting to get their babies.
UNICEF provide to Yekate 12 hospital where Dr. Mulualem is working in high-tech supplies just to strengthen that neonatal intensive care unit of the hospitals, such as phototherapy unit, incubators, pulse oximetry, and so on and so on.
እና ፔን ያለው ማለት ነው የታለንት ነው ሜትር 36 ስንት ነው ያለሽ 36 እሺ
I know Dr. Mulualem for the last 4 years, about 4 years, and I know her during the process of establishing our neonatal corner, and for that the hospital managers brought an idea of establishing a neonatal corner, which the hospital didn't have before. So for that she was a key person. We established our neonatal corner in 2008 with 15 beds, 7 nurses, 12 officers, and 1 doctor. She brought even the doctor herself, negotiated with the doctor, and she gave training, and she came here. 2 doctors at that time. So it is her effort that this Gandhi Memorial Hospital neonatal corner was materialized.
She's exceptional. We are working for salaries and with a little amount of humanity. But the more seen in Dr. Mulualem is the humanity. She paid for others, for cleaners, for porters, just to support her work. That's exceptional.
The fact that she was able to expand the newborn unit in the different hospitals, I really can see the impact of the expansion.
Mulualem, what she did, I really see the difference with her commitment. She liked to spread her knowledge. She trained nurses and doctors, and she wrote a couple of, I wouldn't say a book, maybe a procedure books, a mini one. And every time when I have a conversation with her, she's out of town doing some kind of a training, developing a policy and procedure. So she's really, really committed to make a difference.
She has been, giving training for more than 100 nurses who are working in the Addis Ababa different hospitals. So when she communicates with us, we start this training, to give to the other regional hospitals.
It doesn't matter. Good. They saw even now how the change. But still, we have to work a lot. So now I at least about 27 facilities are opened. In addition to that, even the private in Addis Ababa and other, they are attending newborns.
Concerning the neonatal health, which is one of our priority, we are now taking the lead and also coordinating activities in the region and giving trainings in the preparation of training manual and also incorporating those trainings in the curriculum as it's separate. So we are playing, as a leading role in the neonatal aspect.
Baby Alazar is a happy and active kid, but at birth, his survival was uncertain.
ለዶክተር ሙሉዓለም ምንም ግለጭ ብቲ መግለጥ አልችል ለምን በጣም ለኔ ብቻ አይደለም እኔም ብቻ ግል አድርጋ ሳይሆን ሁሉንም ህፃናት ያላት የምታደርገው ነገር በቃ እኔ ውስጤ በጣም እንትን ይላል እና በጣም ጥሩ ሰው ናት በእሷና በእግዚአብሔር ብርታት ነው ልጁ ይደረው
እዚህ ጋር እና እናያቸዋለን በኋላ on antibiotics. Sepsis is ruled out already. Huh? Okay.
Mulualem's family has been her greatest support. Even her dedication and hard work has inspired them.
We have learned that if we persist, if we keep on doing what we believe in, that we will achieve whatever our goal is. That's what we have learned from her.
What I learned from her is just that persistent dedication and hard work makes a little thing very, very big.
I really admire her. I would say anybody who would like to make a difference in any underdeveloped country, the only thing it takes is your commitment. She is really, really committed. So that's what she really inspired me.
I'm very much pleased, very much grateful, and very much happy to work with such individual, with such type of person who dedicated her life to the newborn care. I'm happy as a colleague, as medical professional, seeing a dedicated medical professional, medical doctor in such level is very much amazing. And in the establishment of all newborns corner in the nation, directly or indirectly, there is her touch. There is her contribution.
One song can spark a moment. One flower can wake the dream. One tree can start a forest, and one bird can herald spring. One smile begins a friendship. One hand clasp lifts a soul. One star can guide a ship at sea. One word can frame a goal. One vote can change a nation. One sunbeam lights a room. One candle wipes out darkness. One laugh will conquer gloom. One step must start each journey. One word must start each prayer. One hope will raise our spirits. And one touch can show you can. One voice can speak with wisdom. One heart can know what's true. One life can make a difference. Just one, just one, just one.
I don't know when I will be in 60 or 80, what can I do, but still I feel young for work. I have a lot of plan if I will survive. If God give me some time, so I have a lot to do.
This concludes our program. I'm Antoine Lindley, and from all of us from Insight, thanks for watching.